Paul Mason from FX Empire and welcome to the daily crypto tech review of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin and Ripple's XRP. Looking at the MACDs, the moving averages, the day's support, resistance and pivot levels and the Fibonacci's. It is Sunday the 8th of August. Jumping straight into Bitcoin against US dollar and the hourly candlesticks, mixed start to the day. Going to see Bitcoin avoid the pivot at 43,882 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 45,384. Support from the broader market's going to be needed for Bitcoin to break out from this morning's high, those at 44,785. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and resistance at 45,500 to cap any upside. In the event of another extended rally, should see Bitcoin target 47,500 before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 46,200. A fall through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 43,066 into play. Barring an extended sell on the day, Bitcoin should stay clear of the second major support level and the 38.2% fib at 41,592. Looking at the MACDs, we've got a bullish cross at the turn of the day. That's coming off the back of yesterday's late recovery and move to a intraday high. On the EMAs, bullish signal with a 50 pulling away from the 100 and the 200, suggesting further upside ahead. So key would be to avoid the pivot at 43,882, break back through this morning's high of 44,785 to bring resistance levels into play. Moving across to Ethereum against US dollar, also a mixed start to the morning. Going to need to see Ethereum avoid the pivot at 3068 to take a run at the first major resistance level, sitting at 3269. Support from the broader market is going to be needed for Ethereum to move back through to 3200 levels. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and resistance at 3300 to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, should see Ethereum target 3500 levels. Second major resistance level sits at 3375. Fall through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 2962 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ethereum should avoid the second major support level at 2761 and the 38.2% fib at 2740. Looking at the MACDs, we've got a bullish cross at the turn of the day. That's coming off the back of yesterday's late rally. So look out for direction there. More significantly on the EMAs, the 50s pulling away from the 100 and the 200, suggesting further upside ahead. So key would be to avoid the pivot at 3068 and move back through yesterday's highs and this morning's high 3174.37 to bring resistance levels into play. Across the Litecoin against US dollar, bullish start to the day. Going to need to see Litecoin avoid the pivot at 153 to continue the run at first major resistance level at 159. Support from the broader market is going to be needed for Litecoin to break out from this morning's high, 157.68. Barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and resistance at 160 to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, should see Litecoin target 165s before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 163. Fall through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 150 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Litecoin should avoid sub 145s and the second major support level sitting at 144. Looking at the MACD, got a bullish cross at the turn of the day and a widening there of the bullish histogram coming off the back of this morning's rally. So that's positive for Litecoin. On the EMAs, also a bullish signal with the 50 pulling away from the 100 and the 200. So key would be to avoid the pivot at 153 and move back through this morning's high 157.68 to bring resistance levels into play. Looking at Ripple's XRP against US dollar, particularly bullish start to the day. Going to need to see Ripple's XRP avoid the pivot at 7931 to continue the run at the first major resistance level at 8442. Support from the broader market is going to be needed for Ripple's XRP to move through to 0.84 levels. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and resistance at 0.85 to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, should see Ripple's XRP target 0.90 levels before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 0.87. Fall through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 7673 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ripple's XRP should still well clear of sub 0.75. Second major support level sits at 7162. Looking at the MACDs, got a widening of the bullish histograms at the turn of the day after avoiding a bearish cross late yesterday. That's supporting this early upside. More significantly on the EMAs, the 50s pulling away from the 100 and the 200, suggesting further upside ahead. So key would be to avoid the pivot and break back through this morning's high that's now at 0.84 to bring resistance levels into play.